Hi, I'm Adriana Wright, and today I'm here with Principal Roth to talk about a new system we have going on at our school. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm well. So I understand we have a new process for when a student fails or gets a lower grade than expected in a class. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Sure. So in the past, we've communicated end of course grades two ways. So we send report cards, or we post the grades online. We let everyone know that they're there. And then we've always, in June, we send home notices if someone failed a course. But at that point, the damage is already done, and we're really just communicating something that can no longer be fixed. So we wanted to be a little more proactive. Obviously, we'll still post report card grades. They'll still be available through the Home Access Center. But we want to make sure that we're communicating early on if students are at risk of failing a class in more detail. So if students get a D or an F for their marking period grade, teachers are going to send home a failure notice or a concern notice that tells parents what the grade is, also details what communication we've had, just to make sure that we're all on the same page, that we're communicating with parents, parents are communicating with us, and also that we're communicating with other great people who can help us, like our school counselors, and if a student has an IEP, their IEP case manager. A lot of our students who end up failing courses don't fail in the marking periods. They get Ds in the marking periods. It gives this false sense of security. And then they fail the midterm and the final exam, and it pulls their grade down, and a lot of people get caught off guard in June. So we're hoping to avoid that by saying, hey, if you have a D, we want to let you know. We're not happy with this. We know you're not happy with this. And that way there's no surprises.
Okay, and how will people get these notices?
So we're going to mail them home. They will come out. It's going to take us about 4 days. It's a big clerical job, and it's a lot of work on the teacher's part as well. To organize all the grades, write down all the communication. So our plan is to have these mailed out the middle of next week. That way parents get them in time for conferences.
Okay, and hold on. So who will get these letters?
So parents of any student who has a D or an F in any course will get these letters in the mail.
Okay, and how did you guys come up with this idea? Because it's different from previous years.
I think we're just always looking for better ways to help. No student wants to fail. No teacher wants to enter a failing grade. No parent wants to have to talk to their kids about failing. And the number of students that get surprised with those grades at the end, I think when you are able to tell your parent, hey, I passed, it's that, again, false sense of security. But you guys have big goals, you have big dreams, and you're able to do great things. These are not good enough. And so, we wanted to do this just to make sure that we're communicating early and often, and so that way there's no more, phone calls, emails in June saying, hey, sorry to tell you that your son or daughter failed.
Okay, and will you guys still send out report cards with this notice, or?
So the notices will get mailed out. Last year we started not sending home report cards for every student. We will print report cards on an as-needed basis. We are really looking for folks to go into the Home Access Center, look at their grades there. It's a much quicker turnaround time. It allows us to post the grades days after, instead of then having to print them, stuff them in envelopes, send them home. When you get a report card in the mail and it's 3 weeks after the marking period ended, that delayed feedback is not the most effective. So our goal is to continue to utilize the online system for most of our grade reporting.
Okay, and how can a parent view a student's home access?
So the majority of our parents have their usernames and passwords. If you don't have that, then we want you to give us a call, either in the main office or to the school counselor, and we'd be happy to provide that information. And if the parent needs a little walkthrough, we can walk them through it, and of course by downloading our NASD app.
Okay, and you mentioned something about conferences. When are they, so parents can know and talk to their students' teachers?
So conferences are the Tuesday and Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So Tuesday evening we have conferences from 3:30 to 7 o'clock here at the high school in the cafeteria. And then Wednesday morning we have conferences as well, and they're from 7:15 to 10:45.
So what do these notices that get sent out look like?
So they give rather simple information. They give the course name, course title, teacher name. They give the grade. And then there are places for teachers to enter information about the phone calls, emails, talking points, text messages that have been sent home. And then also letting everyone know when the counselor was communicated with, when the IEP case manager was communicated with. Again, it's just about everyone being on the same page. And then there is a blurb on the bottom letting everyone know about the conferences as well.
Okay. And do you think these notices will help students in the future?
I hope so. I think one of the things that we have to continue to push is the idea that a D is not good enough, right? Every student here is far better than just passing. And so I think communicating that we're concerned with that helps to take away the feeling that it's something that we accept. If you earn a D and we don't do anything special, we're not raising alarm bells when you get a D, then it seems like we're okay with that. But we're not, because you guys are too good to get Ds. We want As and Bs. I know that you want the same, I know your parents want the same, and this hopefully gets us on the same page to achieve those goals.
Okay, is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, just thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'm Adriana Wright. I talked to Mr. Roth about the failure notices that are being sent home. Back to our host.